Hello. Had to change the title of the stream. Had to get set up. How is it going? How are you? I'm just sorting out a minor issue with my camera, and then we should be good to go. I hope that you are having a good day, Josh. I think that... Yeah, okay, my audio looks like it's working. My camera, however, is having a bit of an issue, so we'll see if we can fix that. There we go. Alright. Seems like that should be fixed. We can be ready to go. Alright. Here we go. I am going to attempt to finish assembly on the knights, the little baby knights that I have remaining, because they're still not put together. I have been procrastinating doing that because I wanted to have specific shoulder pads and I didn't have them, but I do now. I ordered them from the internet and they arrived, so thank you, internet, for that. And then we're just gonna put these guys together. It's gonna be great, or at the very least it's gonna be okay. So we built the chainsaw guys last time, but it looks like the start process, at least for assembling them, is pretty similar. So, back to the old assembly grind. I just needed some motivation to get this done, so I figured streaming it would help. Frequent viewers will know I dread assembly. It's just not my favorite. Mark, what the fuck are you doing awake, man? It is like 2 a.m. Go the fuck to sleep, my guy! Also, hello, Mark. Welcome. Glad you're here. Hi, Roz! Yeah, it really sucks that I'm doing assembly. I should have just brought these guys along to Adepticon and forced you to pay your portion of the hotel room by assembling all the shit I didn't want to assemble. Oh no, your insomnia's back. It's how we originally became friends, and it's rearing its ugly head yet again. F's in the chat for Mark's sleep schedule. Alright, let's see. And then I'll cut out these parts too. How well will this assembly go? It's anyone's guess. I've had a really weird day today. And frankly, not feeling this Tuesday at all. The best thing I did recently was I kept seeing clips from that show, The Bear, that everybody probably watched like months ago on TikTok. So I finally decided to just get Hulu again and watch that and the season of The Great that I hadn't seen. And I'm still pretty floored by the fact that there is that one episode of The Bear that is just all one shot. That's pretty incredible. I don't understand how A, people can assemble miniatures, B, people can figure out how to do shit like that. Sorry to disappoint, Chris. This is not gonna be a large boy. This is gonna be one of the baby knights. Just one of the children. If you can believe it, we've assembled all of the big lads that we have to for this entire army. There's only 3 of them. And I still have some little finicky things to kind of clean up on. Like, I have the final knight, the Castellan. I have a couple pieces in sub-assembly, but by and large, he's done. Cam, just enjoy being out with friends. Just have a nice time out in the world. You do not have to also be viewing. That's very kind. I'm supposed to be making lemon bars right now because I bought lemons and I want to do it because I really like lemon bars. But instead of that, I decided to assemble miniatures. Here we are, making responsible choices for my future. Procrastinating one thing I wanted to do by doing another thing I wanted to do. I mean, Legos don't involve glue. They just snap together. It's the glue, and it's also the impatience that does it to me. Because, like, already, my fingers are covered in plastic glue, and I am suffering. I'm just suffering, and I hate it. And that piece fell on the floor and will now be covered in cat hair for the entirety of its existence. Also, should have put glue on the tops, not on the sides. I'm realizing that now, but hindsight is 20/20, and we're gonna keep trucking along. Ugh. Oh yeah, easy. Let me just be smart, Mark. Let me just borrow some of that intelligence so I don't get glue on my fingers. Yeah, but there's gonna be a lot of suffering, potentially a lot of swearing. That's just how these things go. Also, I don't know if I should try and assemble them, like, simultaneously, and then, finish both. I'm afraid that if I try assembling 2 at one time as opposed to doing all of one and then going back and doing all of the other, I will confuse and lose parts, and it will just be hell on earth for me. So we're not gonna do that. It's probably more efficient to do it that way, but we're gonna see. I don't know how much battery power I have left on my phone. It was like a decent percentage when I started streaming, but we're also gonna see how that goes. So, as you can see, this was a very planned stream. Oh yeah, I'll just try that, Mark. I'll just start licking glue. Yeah, that sounds like it's gonna work out great. Can't believe, when you and I were at Adepticon, that booth that was selling all the horror movie stuff, the game system that you bought, they also had a game called Demon Ship that looked really cool. and I totally didn't notice it while at the con, but it went up for like pre-order today. Everybody was posting about Demon Ship, and I was like, yeah, I'll buy that. So that's just me buying something now that I should have bought at a con, which is really indicative of my entire spending and impulse when it comes to tabletop game potential. I don't know. I'll buy most things if they're interesting looking enough. And this one certainly was. An update for those of you curious about the saga of me potentially replacing the shag carpet in my house with novelty bowling alley carpet or a similar equivalent. The contractor has still not responded to me, so we will wait another day and see what happens. So, stay tuned for more word on that, I guess, if that's the part of, my life story that you're invested in at this time. What up, Brady? How's it going? Brady's new default is to respond to anything in the Discord server with Slay, and I'm here for it. Hypes me up every time. Okay, that looks like an assembled, or mostly assembled, little carapace there, so we're trucking along. Thing is, I'm nearly at the, like, fill with stupid freehand stage of the Baby Knight that I'm currently painting. Which means that we have, as of now, because I just put the mint chocolate chip knight on a completed base. So that is 2 fully completed knights, because I don't actually consider them done until they're on a proper base. I ran out of basing material to do the baby knights, but by the time that comes in, I should have the second baby knight finished, so both of those can go on completed bases. And hopefully we'll be somewhere in the process of finishing the third and final baby knight that's needed for the army. And I've been kind of thinking, I don't know what you guys' opinion would be, but I might give away the remaining baby knight, because I won't technically need them for my army list, but since the original, like, knight for this project was donated to me, was generously gifted to me, I thought it might be fun to paint up one of the little baby ones and then see if people want to do like an Instagram giveaway or something. Hey, Alan! It's so good to hear from you, man. I miss Blood Bowl. Like, we haven't played in ages. Yup, building more knights. Oh, cool, Chris. Painting some dwarves. I don't know that I've ever actually painted a dwarf. I know it's like one of those classic fantasy things to paint, but they never appeal to me in the same way that other little randos do. So I don't tend to paint many dwarves. Oh, true. That's fair. I should wait until 5th edition. Till 10th edition comes out to see if the list changes a lot. Listen, Mark, not all of us can grow beautiful beards, okay? Some of us are unfortunately unable to do so. Yeah, I haven't painted a Blood Bowl mini either in forever, and I've got some sitting around on my desk. I should do that. But I have an encroaching deadline for this weird this weird thing that happens where I paint a bunch of clown goblins, so gotta start gearing up for that. Also, May the 4th is happening, and I'm maybe gonna paint a Star Wars mini? I don't know. I have one. I have this beautiful, little guy. I'll show him to you. If the camera wants to maybe focus on him. Come on now. Yeah, it's a Mandalorian on a lizard. And there's a little baby Yoda, too. And I thought it would be fun to paint up a candy Mandalorian and call him a Candalorian. But I don't know if anybody else thinks that's funny or if it's just me. Hello, Procrastinator. What a wonderful username that is. People be coming in with the puns recently, and I, for one, appreciate it. We had a Valhallelujah the other day, which was pretty good. Yeah, it's from Impact. That's right. It is Pedro Pascal. My Mando Sona. In that case, I have to, like, paint the baby Yoda up to be one of my cats. I'm glad I get the Ross stamp of approval. That's pretty sick. I don't want to live vicariously through my dwarf minis by having a beard. They seem very difficult to maintain, and not be itchy, if I'm honest. And I just don't want that in my life. I can barely handle maintaining the hair that I already have. I am constantly shaving it off because it annoys me. Starboy Baby Yoda? Yeah, that would be pretty cute. I'm actually thinking about, I've been wanting it for a while, but getting a miniature sculpted of Starboy, my little talky guy in the corner there. And, the sculptor that I have been hoping I could get to do the project, says that they should be free for it at the end of May. So, stay tuned for that. I don't really want a beard that badly. It wouldn't be, like, a long one or anything. It's not gonna win me any, like, weird beard competitions or whatever. I just think I'd, like, confuse people in terms of what gender is this person if I had a beard. You know? Like, it's not so much that I want one as I crave the confusion. That's a big driving force in my motivation to do things or wear clothing sometimes. Like, if I can wear an outfit that no part of it matches, that's fantastic. We love to see it. Yeah, a little Starboy mini. I haven't quite decided what pose I would like them to be in. I have some ideas personally. Roz suggested kind of, I think it was Roz who suggested, or maybe Brady suggested, like a tactical rock kind of pose. My initial thought was like, you know when people, like, go into those, like, lazy river pools at, like, water parks and stuff? Just something like that, but, like, the lazy river thing is a giant donut, and they're just, like, floating down a little soda river. But I feel like that wouldn't be a very exciting pose to, like, look at. So, while it's a cute idea, I don't know that that's what I'll go with. I definitely want to make sure there's, kind of like a candy base to go along with it. So I gotta think of like a really cute, good idea, and then run with that. I had this fitting fits together like that. We gotta assemble the robot's crotch. It's a very important part of this miniature. Maybe just sitting in the beanbag. Yeah, I guess that's kind of become the classic that that Starboy would be known for. I just want something probably slightly more exciting, like either kind of like a UFO or like a giant ice cream sundae or something. Like I need either the aspect of them being an alien or the aspect of me covering everything in candy to somehow feature into the design. I should probably start sketching that. That would probably be a smart thing for me to do. Really need to figure out all the stuff that I should do and the order that I should do it in, and assembling this knight does contribute to making progress, but I don't know if this is like the most important thing that I should be working on or not. But I've always promised myself not to make this hobby a job unless it can actually literally be a job that sustains me financially. So I'm just gonna do stuff in the order that's the most fun. I'm gonna try and make sure it's not, like, a very easily breakable, pose there, Brady, because, I tend to drop resin miniatures while painting them, and also I have cats, so I can't just be like, this extremely delicate thing can confidently exist in my house, and I have no fears about it, ever. The fuck? Where do you want me to... Does that go like that? Oh, I guess that does go like that. Okay. Fair enough. What if the beanbag is the saddle on a cat? That'd be pretty silly. Also, I don't know that I want more than one figure, because sculpting is... I don't know if you know this, but it's kind of expensive, and only having one character is probably going to be the most financially viable for me to pay the sculptor that I want an appropriate rate for the work that they do. Because just because things are expensive doesn't mean that I want to get them cheaper. I want to pay people what they're worth for the work that they do. And if that means I can't also afford to get a giant cat in the sculpture that I commission, that's okay. Y'all just throwing out ideas. I love it. I love it. Keep them coming. They're not always gonna be winners, but you know what? That's okay. I don't have to figure this out today. I just want to try and get this goddamn miniature assembled. And maybe I'll just do the one. I don't have to do both tonight. I can just do one and that's okay. I can just do part of one and that's okay. No one's gonna judge me. Well, maybe you guys are gonna judge me. Starboy Night Titan would be something, but again, I don't think that that's gonna happen. Mostly because I don't think I can afford to commission Starboy in a little candy mech. Although a Candy Ava would be pretty sweet. I started rewatching Neon Genesis Evangelion the other day, but then I stopped because I remembered that Mark had lost our game of Malifaux, and it's going to be much more fun to just watch that alongside you in a couple of months. So I stopped watching so that I can watch it again with you later. Not Always Winners is the name of your next Goblin Blood Bowl team. They're not all winners. You could also do something like Just the Spares. God, Starboy standing over Jeff Bezos' decapitated corpse, that would be a flex. I'm not gonna lie. I would love to see that. If I ever get to the point... I mean, people have drawn some fan art of Starboy before, which warms my heart, truly. I don't know how to respond to how cool that is. If I ever get to the point of YouTube fame where people start making really unhinged fan art, Starboy standing with like a serrated lollipop sword over the bleeding out corpse of Jeff Bezos is exactly the kind of fan art I would like to receive. In fact, Mark, you have to draw me a tattoo at some point, because I have a tattoo that Adam drew. You should draw that. It's a pretty big request, and probably impossible to capture, and also really complicated, and you're working on a degree, so don't actually take the time to draw that, but like, that's the energy we're going for here. That's what we want to see in life. Enemy of mankind, Jeff Bezos. That's okay. Malifaux miniatures are a bitch to assemble, and I would wish that fate upon no man, woman, both or neither in this world. It's pretty sucky. What isn't sucky is this fucking Moomin music in the background. Fucking slaps so hard. Hello, Param. How are you doing? Slasher Starboy will come in time. Hello, Atomic Topher. How are you? Starboy would absolutely be an avatar of Korn, but that's mostly just because Korn is my favorite, well, no, actually, Tzeentch is my favorite Chaos God in terms of, like, ideals, but if you've ever seen me play, Bloodborne or Dark Souls, to say it lacks elegance and is just full of violence is the most polite way that you could put that. It is, it's quite brutal sometimes. Yes, this is a knight. This is, fucking, what is it? Armiger? This is an Armiger Helverin. We're building the Helverins with the big, stupid gun thingies. The big, stupid gun thingies are probably gonna shoot out chocolate sauce when they become fully fledged knights. Cause I haven't done a chocolate one yet, so I'm gonna do that. I've got a Neapolitan one in the works, and we have a vanilla caramel that we finished off earlier, so... Thing is, the nice thing about knights is, the baby ones I can do flavors that I don't see how I can do a big knight with. I'm very nervous to do a chocolate one, because that's just, like, a lot of brown. It's basically all brown. And I just don't know how well that's gonna come together, but we're gonna try. Hello! How's it going, Liam? Oh yeah, waffle cone will be incorporated. Don't worry. I've got a couple of ideas. A few tricks up my sleeve. When I'm done finishing these legs, if you guys remind me, I'll grab the Neapolitan night that I've been working on, and you can see where that's at if you want. Absolutely, yes. I am building some robots. Not the Gundam kind of robot, although I suppose these ones also have pilots. Never skip leg day, even if robot. Correct. $40K Gundam, if you will. Don't you start reflecting how I talk about, like, slaying the employment devil. You haven't watched Chainsaw Man, Mark. You can't just say the things that I say back at me. Anytime I tell you that I've slayed a devil, it's a Chainsaw Man reference. I'm talking an anime there. But please, for the love of God, go the fuck to sleep. Thank you for being here. I do so very much appreciate it. Yeah, sprinkles is a good idea. I could definitely see myself incorporating some sprinkles in my next night project. I think that would work out pretty good. Trying to get these two pieces to fit, like, well together, and I don't know that it's gonna happen, but we'll see. The plastic's melted in just a very, very unattractive way, but we'll call it battle damage if we have to, and it'll be fine. Nundums. I believe I've already pitched the Combat Wombat to you. Because if I recall, Param, you're with One Page Rules, right? That's you? I want to say. I'm gonna say I'm 80% sure it's One Page Rules. But if it's not, then I'm sorry. It is One Page Rules. Okay, cool. I think that every game needs a Zote faction and also a Combat Wombat, because the pun is really good and I've yet to see anybody take advantage of it. Hector is here. Yes, you are. Because I can never hobby in peace. He'll make himself known. Have no fear. Stabbo Crabos? Yeah, that's pretty good. I like Stabbo Crabo. Yes. Hector, they love you. This is really your show, and I'm just in it. You thought this was a Sugar Candy Miniatures channel, but it was me, Hector. Don't agree with me, Heck. You little Garbo. You rooting through the Garbo down there? He's very interested in the trash beneath my miniature painting desk. Frankly, as he should be. There's probably some cool trash down there. Alright. Moment of truth where we gotta try and stick the crotch part onto the legs. And we'll see, A, if it works, and B, what kind of pose we can get. Because unfortunately, since these toes aren't, like, posable, there's not really a whole lot of variety that you can get with them. It's pretty much the same one leg in front, one leg in back pose that you get. Which isn't necessarily the most interesting, but probably people also don't build and paint like 5 of these back to back. So, there's that. We're doing really good. I hate these little nodules, though. They're always a freaking pain in the ass. So, we'll let that set for a moment. Do you guys want to see the Neapolitan Knight that I've been working on? I can go grab it. I'll be right back. So, like, be kind, because it's still a work in progress. But here's where we are. It's been fun and interesting to see kind of where I can split things into the 3 colors. For Neapolitan, we've got hazard stripes on the chainsaw. We got the 3 colors on the little feet. We've got these segments on the knee pads. Got the racing stripes. Little striped shoulder pads. The little crotch plate has stripes on it as well. The white and the pink blend together a little bit on camera because I don't have this white balanced very well, but in real life they're a more distinctive split. Yeah. But this is where we're at so far. Neo Slay. Can you nestle right in there? I think maybe you can. He is a fine boy. You're correct. He's a proper lad. I'm pretty happy with how he's coming out, because I was worried the whole time that he would basically just look like shit. To be honest with you, I was very concerned that he wasn't going to turn out looking very good. But that's a little silly, because he looks dope as hell. Gotta get the crotch plate attached, of course. And then we go in with the extra freaking proper, because like, look, I'll show you the difference here. Get out of there, heck. Get out of my sprues. Out of the sprues, buddy. Hector wants to eat all of the sprues. But you can see that these ones have like more of a skull design on them. And then these ones don't. And I really didn't like the gears. Get out of the sprues, buddy. Well, Keegan, I gotta assemble the models before I can paint them. But anyway, I didn't want these ones with all the skulls, so I have no idea what to do with these extra things because I spent my hard-earned money buying alternatives so that I could have the aesthetic that I wanted across all of my nights. That's where we've come to in our Warhammer hobby. But if you know anyone who needs the skull plates, I've got them. I can help out. Sprues are for assembling and not eating. Hector's just a silly boy. I have a bits tin. I probably need to make a larger bits box and actually cut stuff, like just have a day where I cut everything off sprues and put it in a large plastic bin. I want to do that. I'm working on redoing my hobby room, right? But I have to paint it in order to do that. And I keep trying to paint, but the stupid scoliosis problems that I have, thanks genetic parents for that, they keep acting up, so I can only paint for a little while before my back starts to hurt really bad, which bums me out a lot. I was hoping to be able to, you know, just knock that out myself, but I can't seem to do it, and I still want to hire people to redo the floors, so I don't really have the money to hire someone to paint, and it's pretty disheartening at this point. I was very excited to, like, fix up the hobby space and get that all looking nice, but unfortunately, right now, that is not a realistic possibility for just where I'm at right now. And, I'm hoping that that room still stays, like, aspirational to me, and I don't just cram it full of stuff and then never get around to painting it. Because I have the paint, and I have the little rolly brush, I just lack the stamina. I've got some paint up on the wall, but it just kind of looks shitty right now. Makes me sad to go into that room and think about how cool I want it to be, and how cool it just isn't right now. So, we'll see if I get there in the end. Hopefully. Well, see, the problem with ripping out the nasty carpet is that, I still have to live in the house with cats, and if there's just, like, plywood or something underneath that for them to tear up, that's not gonna be good. I did find a contractor. I've called a few contractors, both back when I originally bought the house, and now after one fixed some water damage. But that contractor hasn't responded to my message in like 4 or 5 days, so I'm giving him a little more time. Like, I don't know what his life is all about, but it's a little disheartening and worrisome, and he, like, gave me a price estimate and everything, and I was looking forward to getting that scheduled so I can just start getting my house looking the way that I want it, but it's fine. I mean, all things happen in time, and having something go slower than you want it to is, like, it's not a crime. It's just a little frustrating, and that's okay. I can live with it, you know? The contractors are scared of my carpet, as they should be, frankly. As they should be. I also don't really know what that process looks like, because it's like, I kind of still have to, like, live in the house while that's happening, and I don't know how that goes exactly. I've never gotten new flooring before. I wish, Keegan, that'd be real sweet of you. If you ever find yourself in my neck of the woods, I would be more than happy to exchange miniatures, money, pizza, whatever your currency of choice is for that kind of thing. I'm just not very good at the whole, knowing how to fix shit. It's not something my dad was ever good at. It's not something I really learned. Yeah. You come here and you fix my carpet situation, you can have all the Slaanesh models and pizza you want. Like, that is a standing offer. Oh, I just stare at... So, like, do I need to, like, try and move all the furniture and shit out of the room before they tear it up? Or are they gonna take care of that? Because I do not know. And am frankly a little concerned. I just don't know how to be a person sometimes. If that makes sense. Like, I don't know. I get really nervous about stuff like that. I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want to be in the way. I just want my house to not look like it does. It's not my fault. Like, I had to be somewhere. I was in a bad situation, and I needed a place, and I don't resent this for being the place that I have. It's all like, it's perfectly livable. I just want it to look nicer because, I don't know. That'd be nice. I hope so. I mean, I feel a little dumb saying that because anyone's gonna look at me and be like, you are a young thing, you should have no problem with this. And I'm like, unfortunately, I do. Hello, Kits and Bits Scale Modeling. Anytime then, Keegan. You just let me know when you're coming by. We'll put you up for as long as you need, and you can hang out and redo some floors. It is a tragedy we don't live closer to one another. Sorry, not to, like, bitch about my first world problems of my house not looking the way that I want. That feels like such a pretentious thing to complain about in this day and age. Separate home renovation channel when? Never. I mean, like, I'll show you the projects if they ever get finished. I'll be like, this is the place that I hobby in, but, the actual getting them there? I mean, I just need a fucking contractor who would actually correspond with my messages. That's been the hardest part. That's pretty cool, Brady. I wish my dad was a contractor. He is not. Thanks, Roz. I have to think of something to talk about, and usually I'm bitching about assembly, so. Yeah, that's super fair. I was lucky. The house that I found was inexpensive, which was insane in and of itself. But I'm willing to bet it's because people didn't want to deal with how it looked. I don't blame them for. And then, I do live literally right by some train tracks. So I'm sure that's a no-go for a lot of people, but I kind of like the sound of the trains going by. Yeah, what is home reno but assembly on a bigger scale? And we all know we've seen how much I love and am great at assembly, right? Like, we're all witnessing that here together. Although I'm actually kind of not sucking at assembling these knights. If only because I've put the models together before and know a little bit of what I'm doing. Gotta find the right sprue. Dude, if my walls weren't all fucking wood panel, I would so get wallpaper. I love wallpaper. I think it's cute. But I also don't know how to, like, wood panel the wall, so I was just gonna paint it. I'm living in 1/1 scale battlefield terrain. Y'all funny. I mean, I guess I don't really care about, like, the value of my home, especially because I just want to live in my house forever. I don't really want to resell it. I kind of like it and worked really hard for it, and it's such a weird little place that I treasure. So it's not like my design choices for what I want to do with it are tasteful. They're just ugly in my preferred direction. If that makes sense. Careful about painting panel. If it's not properly sealed, it can bow from moisture. Oh shit. I was just slapping paint on there. I mean, I don't know that it's real wood or anything. I was just painting it. I didn't know you had to seal that shit. God damn it. It's probably better to learn that now, but I certainly don't know how to seal wood paneling. Little late for me to fix in some aspects, though, because some of it already got paint on it, so, fuck. I don't really know how to fix that. Suppose that's the unfortunate, yeah. Again, all stuff that takes a lot of time and knowledge of how to do stuff, and I don't have any of that shit. I don't know how to do stuff. And I can't seem to do most things that involve any kind of heavy lifting or, like, activity that isn't miniature painting for extended periods of time. Unfortunately, some of this will just be difficult for me, but I'd like to have not carpet in my kitchen at least. I feel like that is something that I should at least be able to get done at some point. Yeah, everybody's got so much more interior design knowledge than I do. Where'd you guys learn all of this? Like, seriously, how do I not know this? Yeah, I have carpet in the kitchen. It's not shag carpet, but it is carpet. Like I said, I've been trying to get this fixed since I moved in, but the floors aren't level, so the initial flooring guy that I called was like, well, you gotta level the floors before I can do anything. And I called a contractor, and they were like, oh, you should just, like, I don't know, just get Home Depot or something to do it. Because if they install flooring, they should be able to level your floors too. So then I asked someone at the Home Depot to come out and do an estimate. And they were like, oh, your floors aren't level. We can't do anything about it. And then I got really tired of, like, that because it was difficult. Which, fair, you know, that happens. And then kind of just was like, I'll figure this out eventually. And then didn't think about it really too much because depression. Until I had a contractor in to fix water damage. And they were sent by the insurance company. And while they were there, I was like, hey, you guys ever, like, do floors or whatever? Because, I mean, you see what I'm working with here. And they were like, yeah, we do. And I was like, sick, can you give me an estimate? And they did. And they were like, we can also level floors. And so I'm like, excellent. But now that I have an estimate and I know how much it costs and how long it will take, that same contractors just stopped responding to messages. So it's a little disheartening right now because I'm like, I would just like to pay someone the money to get all this fixed so I don't have to have carpet in my kitchen and also live with shag carpet in the house. I just would like things to look a little bit nicer. But yeah, you're all probably like, wow, you have carpet in your kitchen, and it's like, yep. Listen, I bought this house and it was inexpensive. That's all I can tell you. I've been doing my best, okay? Life is hard. I don't have carpet in the actual bathroom. To clarify, I have both a real bathroom that's actually a bathroom and has like a sink and a toilet and a fucking bathtub and stuff in it. But then there's also a room that is carpeted and is just a toilet in, like, a closet. And I frankly don't know what to do with that. So I just keep the door closed, and I don't think about it. And every, like, month, I just flush the toilet so it doesn't have standing water in it. I don't know what to do about it. Because it's probably going to cost more to just, like, to remove it or add a sink than it would be to just ignore it, essentially. I don't know what to do. I'm sorry. Like, you have to understand, I needed a place to go. I don't know how to turn off the water to that toilet. I don't know how to do things. I'm trying my best. It's perfectly functional as a toilet. It's just, there's no sink. It's just that. I don't really want to section off part of my house and make it an Airbnb. I like my house just being a space for me and my cats. Plus, if it was an Airbnb, like, there's only one kitchen and stuff, and I don't want, like, people. I don't want randos in there keeping their beer and stuff in my fridge. I mean, it would be nice for, like, maybe not having to, like, do my shitty day job for income, but I also don't really want to be a landlord in any capacity. I'm not really interested in that as a job. I would like, you know, I wish that, I don't know, it would be like in those stories where you conveniently have someone whose house is in need of fixing up, and then, like, I don't know, someone just washes up on the shore with complete knowledge of how to fix houses, but needs somewhere to stay. Like that guy in Holes who's just like, I can fix that all the time. That's what I need. I think his name is Sam. Where the fuck is he? He was kind and knew how to take care of things. I mean, they murdered him because of racism, which is really unfortunate. But you know what I'm talking about. Someone understands, maybe. I don't even know. What am I fucking saying? Did that make any sense? Does anyone know what the fuck I'm saying, including myself? This is what happens when I assemble miniatures, by the way. I just fucking lose it. Somewhere down the line. We are closer to having a finished assembled mini, though. He's got his little guns. Pew pew! They look pretty good. We gotta put his head together. All of them have a mono eye. I just like the look of that best, so... If I can find the mono eye ones, that's what they're all gonna get. Cool. Someone understood my Holes reference. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, I would totally live in an abandoned mall. That would be sick as hell. Yeah, I need, like, a guy just who can fix things. And also, I need to figure out what to do to clean gutters, because I don't have a ladder and I can't reach them. But I realize that they haven't been cleaned since I moved in, and I probably need to fucking fix that. And it makes me concerned every day, but I also don't know what to do about it. And I don't think this is the best way of getting advice on what to do for your house. Just being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna list all of my issues that I don't have solutions to on the internet. But that's where we're at today. Sorry, this one's kind of a weird one. I'm trying my best here, but I am not perfect, in case you haven't realized that. For as weird as my house is, it's been very kind to me. And I got really angry because with eminent domain, they're expanding the road outside of my house. And, like, they're supposed to compensate me somehow, which is gonna be interesting because the lawyer who keeps calling me about it says a negotiator's gonna come around, but hasn't, and so he can't actually give me any information. But he was, like, looking up the value of my house and stuff, because I guess he had to, and he's like, yeah, I saw some pictures from the realtor listing, and it's, like, it's pretty dark in there, and it's got that carpet, like, have you done any repairs or anything? Like, I guess he's trying to evaluate the house. But I started being like, how dare you? How dare you talk shit about my house? Only I'm allowed to talk shit about my own house, okay? Lawyer man, like, if you don't have a number for me of the money that I'll be getting, I don't want to talk to you. And I certainly do not want to let you insult my house, the place that I live. So I was very angry at him for that. And I just was like, if you can't tell me any information that's useful, you're just wasting my time. And I hung up on him. 'Cause yeah, this house has shit carpet, and the lighting's stupid, and the kitchen has carpet, and it has a weird bathroom, and the upstairs doesn't have heating or cooling, and it's got problems I don't know how to fix, and I don't know how to clean gutters or do anything, but it's still my house. It's still mine. It belongs to me. I was very angry at him for questioning anything about it. Yeah, like, I don't know. He was not kind. It's my freaking house. So, I mean, yeah, it's dumb a lot of the time, but it's mine. And that's more than I can say for most things. 'Cause, like, as much as everybody wants to talk shit about my carpet, which is valid, and be like, why do you have this toilet in a closet? All of those people, they don't have a house because no one can get one in this fucking housing crisis that we're in. But I have a house. So in the end, I kind of win. Yeah, that's true. I bet I could hire somebody to clean the gutters. I kind of just want to get up there and see what happens, but I kind of also don't want to fall, so I don't know. People were up there to repair the roof when there was water damage, and they didn't plummet to their deaths, so my roof can't be that bad. I never realized how much there was to worry about sometimes. Thanks, Liam. Sorry that you just had to endure me complaining about people. That's not really the best stream material in the world, but thanks for stopping by. Yeah, it's my house. And what's more impressive, perhaps, than the house and its various problems is the fact that we're basically done. With this assembly, which is great, because I have a whopping 12% of my battery left. So we're gonna finish this real quick, and then I'm gonna sign off for the night. And then maybe Roz is gonna DM me about how to turn the water off to my little closet toilet, so I ain't gotta worry about that anymore. Because that would at least solve one problem. Out of the dozens. Could you really listen to a full stream of just me complaining? I feel like that's not very interesting. I don't know what would be enjoyable about that. That sounds terrible. You can always post your link in self-promotion, Kits and Bits. Feel free. I'd join myself, but the odds are I will probably be at work, so unfortunately probably not able to join in. I also don't know what time 1400 is because I was not raised in the military. I don't speak the language. And I also refuse to learn at this point because it's numbers, and numbers are scary. You know what? These little sockets are the fucking worst part of this. And the assembly guide makes it look so easy to just pop them into place where they're supposed to go. And it's bullshit, because they don't fit where they're supposed to go. They don't just pop on neatly. I guess they're supposed to be like a stabilizer or something. I don't know shit about machines. I do know that these things are a bitch and a half to get into position. And honestly, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna bother with it on this one. They're tiny. No one gives a shit if they're there or not. And if anyone's ever like, you didn't put that part on your knight, I'm gonna tell them to shut up. Which is very valid and very cool of me. I think I'm just gonna fix this one straight ahead. Because I don't always do that. There we go. And then we just gotta pop the shoulder pads on, and that's it. Because I leave the head separate for easier painting. $2 p.m. Yeah, I will be at I will be at work, unfortunately, at 2. In the civilized part of the world, military time is just called time. Well, I guess I'm just an uncivilized heathen, then. Parasocial relationships. Yeah, I suppose that's fair. Okay. There we go. They can high five now. Whoop! And then his little face will fit in right there. Yeah. Excellent. Well, sorry for all of the chaos. I've been struggling with, trying to get everything in my life organized, which happens when you're like, man, I want to solve all of my problems immediately, because the world doesn't really work that way all too well. I will take these problems one at a time and figure them out, just as you have to assemble these miniatures one at a time and figure them out. Things don't tend to work if you just are throwing money and effort at your problems repeatedly, and also killing yourself to get them done. That's not a good way of figuring shit out. These got assembled in the end, and I really do appreciate you guys sticking with me and helping me out and talking to me through all of this nonsense. You're very kind. I hope you have a really nice night. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.